It's January 27th, and I have a great vlog for you. Today, we're gonna talk about being a good host, and I'm gonna give you my tips for conducting interviews like a pro. So my friend Matthew's been really getting into podcasting lately, and this morning he was asking me if I had any tips for giving better interviews. And I thought, you know what? That could be a great topic for the vlog. I uploaded my first video to YouTube 3 years ago, and since that time, I've interviewed directors, business owners, creators, and other artists. And sometimes when you're interviewing important people, you get a bit nervous, it's natural, but I'm here to help you through the process. So let's get into it. The first thing that you should do when you're interviewing an important guest is research them. If all you do with your interview is ask super basic questions about their life and work, that's gonna be a really tiresome interview for your guest, but it's gonna bore your viewers as well. But instead, if you do some research, you'll be able to write some questions that your guest actually wants to answer. And you'll be able to produce an interview that actually offers something unique and worthwhile. My next tip is to prepare a list of questions, and this is especially true if you're new to interviewing. You probably don't want to just go in there and start shooting from the hip. While you're doing your research on your guest, chances are there are some good questions that are going to start popping into your head, and you're going to want to make sure that you write those down and bring them into the interview with you. You don't have to get to every single question, but you definitely want to have some on hand to give your interview some structure. Next, you're gonna wanna prep your guest, and the way you prepare your guest for your interview really depends on which type of guest you have. Some people like to be super prepared. In that case, you can just send over like your entire list of notes. Some guests are just gonna wanna know the general topic that you'll be discussing, and some guests don't want any of that. They would prefer to just go in and let the conversation go where it may. Any of these approaches can work. Just make sure that you ask your guest how they would like you to help them prepare. My next tip is to chill out. If you're all nervous and in a rush, then you're not going to be able to give a good interview. Something as simple as doing a little bit of meditation or brewing a nice warm cup of tea can really help you relax and stay focused so that you can deliver a great interview. And my final tip is to go with the flow. Just because you wrote out a big list of questions doesn't mean that you have to get to all of them. If the conversation with your guest goes a little bit differently than planned, I say in a lot of cases, embrace that. You might end up with a better interview than you ever could have planned for. And that is it for today's vlog, guys. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that it was helpful. My back's feeling a lot better, so I'm in fighting shape to finish out Vloguary strong. I'll see you guys tomorrow.